Hello, welcome to Sis Legal. This is Sisceley Banks, legal assistant. Welcome to my channel, the legal supports channel for legal support staff, legal assistants, legal secretaries, legal administrative assistants for the law firm and law office. And again, if you are not a part of the legal field, some of this information can help you out as well and help you to be more productive. So welcome. Today I'm going to talk about therapy. Now, when you're working in high-paced, stressful environments, it does something to the mind. It does something to your health as well. I know I've started therapy, and it is helpful. Working around people that are under high volume stress, emotions can run high. Things are said that shouldn't be said. Things are done that shouldn't be done. And there's just a lot of reaction, or should I say, a lot of reaction in this profession. So, as I said before, don't take it personal. Some of it may seem like it's coming from a personal avenue, but another thing to think about. Someone said that 10% is what happens to you, 90% is our response to what happens. So ask yourself, when things happen, things that kind of knock you off your center, are you quick to react? Are you a responder? Are you the kind of person, do you avoid conflict? Do you let things go and hope they improve, or do you hope they disappear? Or are you a person that reacts, kind of like, you step on my foot, I'm going to knock your head off and then shoot you down. So some things, it's easy to say leave your emotions and leave everything. What's at home is at home. What's at work is at work. Well, you got a lot of people bringing a lot of their issues at work. And whoever's in the way, they're going to get it in some way, shape, or form. Some lawyers are going through separations and divorces, and they're bringing that stress and trauma to work. And guess who's going to get some of that heat? The assistants. So it's not funny. It's not fun. Life happens. Life happens to all of us. So when you're working in this profession, in my opinion, I say this is my opinion, I highly recommend therapy. Some don't need it. You feel you don't need it. That's great. I'm happy for you. But for most of us, it does something to the mind. I hear stories of people not being able to sleep. Why is that? You should be able to sleep. The body needs rest. You don't get rest, you get sick. And it takes a toll on your health. Maybe not right away, but gradual. You'd end up having a heart attack, a stroke. You could end up losing your hair. Your hair can fall out, can make you, it can just make you sick in so many other ways. And you just want to get control of that, at least on your part. Now, I don't recommend staying in a toxic environment. A toxic environment is where you're being denied any vacation time, where it just seems like management has a pharaoh spirit, and it's like everybody's going to work. I don't care, even if you have to work over 5, people are putting in extra time. Some are getting the overtime for it, and some are not. Some are straight salary, and it's like, that's it. We don't do overtime here, but they're pulling things to make you stay later and later at work, and kind of don't want to pay for it. So that's not right. And toxic environments, you find issues. You find your habits with eating has changed. You're either eating more or eating less. You're sleeping more or sleeping less. You're withdrawing from family. You find yourself crying a lot for no reason. You find yourself making a whole lot of mistakes that just don't make sense. You find yourself, you're reacting to everything. Someone sends you an email to correct something, and you're throwing a fit and want to fight and cuss somebody out. How do you process when you come across conflict? And this is where I feel like therapy can definitely help because it's coming from somewhere. Immediately, if somebody sends you a nasty email, some people just want to respond immediately, like, "Oh yeah, wait, well, take this. If you had done XYZ, I wouldn't have." You know what I mean? Just don't go that route. If your boss sends you a nasty, what we call it, nastygram, a nasty email because they've had a bad day, things are not going as they intended. It's not all about you. Don't take that personal or make it be like, "Oh, well, they hate me." No, no, no. Are they under any obligation to tell you everything that's going on? No. But they do have a responsibility to have, to separate that from the work they do and to take the step. If they need to take some time off, then they need to talk to their management, the person that's over them, who can help give them some time off to process things that are going on in their lives. Some are dealing with miscarriages, death of family members, death of a friend, house gotten broken into, car accident, sick for a long time, cancer diagnosis. People are dealing with real issues, and then you got to get up and go to work and deal with it. So they might be ticked off. Maybe something didn't come on their desk fast enough. Like, are you kidding me? Why'd I have to wait so long to get this? What are you, an idiot? And blah, blah, blah. And they're just ripping you apart. First of all, you are not there. You are not in the office to be somebody's emotional whipping post. That's not okay. I don't care how hard life is. We all have experienced the issues of life. That's just a part of being here on earth. Okay, it is what it is. And you are not there to be somebody's whipping post for whatever reason. You know, um, how are you going to let them know that? They're already off. Just let them simmer down. If there's somebody else, take it to your HR administrator. Now, if it is your HR administrator, there's got to be a partner or a shareholder there you can talk to and let them know what's going on. And these are things they should want to know. Be like, "Hey, she done went off on me." She done went off on me and I have no idea what's going on. She's sending me all these nasty emails and leaving post-its on my computer monitor saying, "Come to my office right away." And you go to the office and she's ripping you apart or he's ripping you apart. Like, oh my gosh, like, where is this coming from? And things like that, it's not okay. So in a nutshell, a lot of us as assistants, support staff, we carry the burdens of other people. It's a shame. It's a shame, but it's true. And it comes out in so many other ways. It comes out in emails. As I mentioned before in the post evaluations video, that some bosses, they will vent through their evaluations. Not that it has anything to do with your work performance, but they may vent. Believe it or not, there are some people that come to work and they have a particular group or type of person they would rather work with. Yeah, bigotry and prejudice and discrimination is alive and well and in some offices. Okay, not all, but in some. There are some that don't like working with white people, some people that don't like working with black people, with Asian people, with Indian people. It's like, and a lot of times people like that, they give themselves away so much. And it comes out, either you're demoted or they make little sharp public comments toward people of your type. I want to make sure it's in front of people. Stuff like that is not okay. And there should be office protocol on how to handle things like that. So if you're in the office where there's a lot of bigotry, discrimination, or racism, that should be reported. Contact your local EEOC office, get some advice, talk with the caseworker and see what you can do about that. If it's coming from management, you don't need to stay there. So you have a choice. Either you want to stay and fight it out, or, it should really be reported, because somebody else is going to be working there. And if they don't look like them, not at their level or whatever, they're going to give them a hard time too, and it's going to continue. So you have a choice to make. And I would consider that a toxic environment. And I would also consider that you not stay there. And If they're playing around with your hours and not wanting to pay you for all the time that's worked, and they're coming up with 10,000 excuses, I wouldn't stay there either, because that's messing with your money. So whatever the issue is, it doesn't have anything to do with you, but that's messing with your money. And who wants to be screwed with? You know what I mean? You wake up to go there 8 to 5, 9 to 5, or whatever, and they don't want to pay you all your hours. What is that? That should be reported. So that's one thing you can do. But I strongly advise you, just even if you do it for 1 month, just to give you a space to decompress. Maybe you have friends, you have a spouse, family member, or whatever. You want to talk to them about it, that's fine. But some of the things, that we deal with, it may very well, it can very well um, direct you to a professional that can help you decompress all that mess and unload and unpack. Some of us don't like being told what to do. Some of us are very offensive of any kind of correction at that point. No matter how we're told, there's immediate reaction. Oh, well, I didn't, you want to overtalk your boss and cuss everybody out. That has nothing to do with your job, has nothing to do with your boss. At that point, it has everything to do with you, because you are not responding at all. You're not responding, you're reacting, and you're taking it personal. Like, oh my gosh, they're attacking me. They have a business to run and they have a way that they want things done. So what is the problem? So some of us ourselves are dealing with things that existed even before we started working there. It goes all the way back to childhood. And some of it is being unpacked on the job. And you really don't have to go that route. So try to get some therapy. Some offices, some firms, some offices, they offer employee and some type of employee therapy. They say it's confidential. You can call that number if you ever need to talk to someone. Some are grieving the loss of a loved one, and it just took a toll. There was one place I worked, and I had lost my grandmother, and I had taken on a lot of responsibility after that. At that point, I've never experienced a family death, so I didn't really know how to process it. And as a result, my work performance went down and down and down. And I ended up getting put on probation. And then after that, it was like from sun up to sundown, everything was blowing up, even in other departments with my name on it. And I was like, how the heck did that happen? And I could not stop crying at my desk. I mean, I wasn't sobbing, but the tears were definitely flowing. And they understood. They gave me severance. It was a good place to start. I was admin there for legal department, but I got out of there. And I wish they had understood a little better, but I was not processing it well. I was also not taking any therapy. I ended up getting the therapy after. I did a month of grief counseling after that. So I wasn't sure how to handle that, but I did the best I could, and they gave me the axe after a month. And the thing I learned from that is, don't try to rely on yourself to get better. There's all types of help and assistance out there. Some of it, if you have insurance, great. If you have a church you go to, I'm pretty sure they can link you up with someone, with a counselor, someone you can talk to. Maybe it is your spouse. Maybe it's a family member. If you have a friend that does psychology or therapy, that's great. There's also the betterhelp.com link. I'll have that link below in the description. You have to pay for it. They don't take insurance, not that I know of. The first month will cost you about $284. $284, and then after that, you'll get charged monthly. If you want to go that route, you can. Good thing about that is you can move around and switch to whatever therapist that'll be a good fit for you. So you have a choice. And they start you off with 4 sessions. You can do it back to back. They'll send you a scheduling calendar, and you will. It's confidential. It's also by Zoom video, so you can do it with your phone, your tablet, or your computer, and pick a schedule that works with you. And they will, you'll get someone that will line up with whatever you're dealing with, male, if you're male, female, however, because you'll get a questionnaire in the beginning of what's going on, who you are, what you prefer, any religious requirements that you want the person to be, whatever. But they will match you with someone that, according to what you select as of the person you would prefer. And so that's good. So that's one. There's Psychology Today. I'm going to send a link to that too, where you can select. They'll take your insurance, however you want to work that out. That's one. But you definitely need a space where you can decompress all that stress. Because if anything, I know your family wants you healthy. They want you happy. They want you coming home. They don't want you withdrawing from them. They want you sitting at the table having dinner or breakfast with them. They don't want you, short and mean and uptight and hair frazzled, and you just don't like anything. You're just losing your light. You're just getting dimmer and dimmer in who you are and your personality, all because you're in a toxic environment, or you don't know how to handle the stress that's being put on you. So I would highly recommend it. And it's amazing how many feel they don't need it, but these issues are coming out in so many different forms. If you're grieving the loss of a loved one, the side effects from that will creep up on you so much. When I lost my grandmother, for whatever reason, I could only cry in public, which was at my desk. I'm like, are you kidding me? I felt like a water faucet. And if you know what I mean, it's like, and then you go home like, okay, I'm just going to cry it out, and you don't feel anything. But the time you hit that door at work and sit at your desk, turn on your monitor, here come the tears. I was going through boxes and boxes of Kleenex. It's like, you all right? You all right? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know how to make it stop. So it was really hard, but I got through it. And strangely, it might have been right on time, because sometimes things happen for a reason, but that company ended up closing. Yeah, it was like $1 billion corporation, and they ended up losing their account in Michigan. And so everybody lost their jobs, and that happened during the summer, which was it was not long after I had left, after they had fired me. So hey, they were closing their doors anyway. So I wasn't a part of that group, and that was good. But I did get a lot of good experience there, and I was there for a good while. So I stuck it out as long as I could, but I moved on. So yeah, we definitely want to learn how to handle stress. And if you're taking antidepressants, medications, or whatever, make sure you're just doing what your doctor's telling you to do. Because while we're working in high stress environments, we want to make sure also we are enjoying our life. It sucks to wake up Monday through Friday and to go to work and you don't like it and you're miserable and your health is taking a toll. You're sick all the time. Your hair is falling out, or maybe your hair won't grow anymore, or whatever it is. It takes a toll on the body. Your therapist or doctor would tell you, anxiety is another thing. Time you get there, you start getting shortness of breath. You can't breathe that good. You don't really want to eat lunch, don't really want to drink anything. That is a sign of anxiety. That's one of the signs, and those are some. And it can lead to depression, and it's like things just start falling off. So find an avenue where you can decompress. Don't turn to drugs, but just to get things off your chest, even if you have a complete cry fest one night, just to get it out. It may not be extreme to the point of crying, but whatever is your outlet, go do that. So I know one of the things my therapist tell me is to find something to do that has nothing to do with work at all, and go do it. And that does help. It really does help. But just getting some things off your chest and putting things in the right compartments. Sometimes it's not your boss. Sometimes it's the way you process things when you're being told, are you going to strike back? Are you going to take it as a lesson learned? And sometimes some people can say things and it could have been put in a different way as well. Like, okay, I get what you're saying, but maybe if you had to said it like that, because when you say it like this, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. And I had mentioned previously that there was that one boss that wrote those comments just about my personality in an evaluation. The way it was written, it didn't belong in an evaluation period. All of my senses got turned way up. And so I had to ask her, like, did I do something to offend you? And she didn't know. But that was her way of, she was one of those raw dog peoples. I'm going to give it to you straight. And she got raw dog on the evaluation. I'm like, dude, this ain't got nothing to do with my work performance. I'm here to work. I'm not here to be your best friend. What? And she didn't know. She didn't know that's how she came off. She was like, oh, and I didn't get any more problems from her. So, yeah, some things you just need to address. And knowing who you are, being comfortable and confident as well. If you're in a place where you feel like your confidence has been lowered, then you need to find out why. If mistakes are happening left and right, let's find out why these things are happening. Is it a hidden trauma maybe you haven't dealt with? Are you depressed? Are you feeling anxiety? Sometimes getting up and walking around a little bit. Take a break from your desk. Don't forget to lock your computer screen. But get up and walk away from your desk and just walk for maybe like 10 minutes. It's okay. You can take a break. What is that? 2 15-minute breaks if you're working 40 hours. 2 15-minute breaks, either one in the morning or one in the afternoon. We can do that. So go ahead and take your break. Some go outside for a cigarette break. Go to the snack room and get something. Go get a snack. Go get something to drink. Make some coffee. Take some fruit with you. Cut it up in the kitchen. Say hi to the receptionist. Just take a little break. It's okay. And if anybody's going to throw a fit, they don't want you getting up, taking a break. What the heck? Everybody needs to get up and walk around for a little bit. It's okay. And give your eyes a break from the computer screen. So things can get better. Don't be down on yourself. And remember, if there's anything personal in your life that you need to address, then go ahead and do it before it comes out in your work experience. And you don't want that. You don't want to be fired because there's some things that maybe you haven't dealt with from years ago. I guarantee it can show up later. I don't know why. It's just something about it. But we can agree to disagree about that. That's fine. But I'm telling you personally from experience. And some other things I've seen as well. I've seen people come to work with bipolar issues and not taking their medication. If your doctor is giving you a medication, maybe you're ADHD, ADD, you don't have to go around telling everybody about that. But if there's medication that you need to take to keep your mental state, at a good level, then please do that. Because you don't want to pop off at work and put other people in danger or even end up losing your job or being disciplined for it. It does not have to go that route. So I'm going to put some links below for some therapy resources. I highly recommend you use it and save up some money. Maybe your insurance is a little shaky. Maybe you have it. Maybe you don't. But put up some money for some therapy as well. Maybe you have a copay. Just save up some money for it. And I'm going to talk about money in another video. So we're going to talk about that as well. Some things to help you out so you're not 100% relying on your job for finances. And these are some things that has helped me. It's helping other people out there as well.